Hi students, welcome to Vidyalakshmi YouTube channel. So here this is our biology faculty. So today we are going to discuss a very important concept in the concern to the NEET point of view as well as board examinations. So today we are going to discuss about +1, the most very important complicated topic that we can call neural control and coordination. Okay. Yes, first of all we can say about neural control. Okay. So why the controlling has to be done? Okay. Yes, listen here. First of all, the total organ systems of our body, has been, okay, so the total organ systems in our body has been controlled by two organ systems. The total organ systems of our body are being controlled by two organ systems. Okay. First one we can call as endocrine system. Okay. So this endocrine system is mainly responsible for the production of hormones. Okay. So endocrine system is mainly responsible to secrete hormones. Okay. Second type of system we can call as neural system. Okay. So this neural system, it includes brain, spinal cord, everything. Okay. So these two systems are very, very important for bringing a coordination and control and coordination among all organ systems as well as body of our system. Okay. Yes, now we can see here. Yes, you can see here. First of all, you can say about neural system. Okay. So neural system, we have three types of neural system. Okay. So first we have is endocrine system, so that is secrete hormones that we can see afterwards. Okay. So now we are going to see very important topic we can call as a neural system. Second one is called neural system. Okay. So neural system is classified into three types. Neural system is going to be classified into three types. Okay. First one you can call as central nervous system, CNS. Central nervous system. Okay. So here the central nervous system, it mainly consists of two important organs that we can call as brain and spinal cord. Okay. So brain and spinal cord are two important organs which plays an important role in bringing the coordination, neural control. Okay. So these are the two important, very highly important parts of central nervous system, that is called central nervous system. The second one is called peripheral nervous system, that is called PNS. Peripheral nervous system. Okay. So this peripheral nervous system, it mainly includes two types of nerves. Okay. That is called cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Okay. So central nervous system, which includes brain and spinal cord. Okay. Second one you can call as peripheral nervous system. So peripheral nervous system, it consists of two types of nerves. Okay. This includes cranial nerves and the second one is called spinal nerves. Okay. And the last one we can call as autonomous nervous system, ANS. Okay. So central nervous system, first one, second one is called peripheral nervous system, and the last one is called autonomous nervous system. Okay. So this autonomous nervous system, it again classified into two types. First one is called sympathetic nervous system. Okay. And the second one is called parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. So parasympathetic nervous system consists of different types of nerves. Okay. So this is the classification of neural control. Okay. So neural control is being brought by different types of nerves or neurons. Okay. So this neural system is classified into three types. First one is called central nervous system. So the main components, main parts of central nervous system, it includes brain and spinal cord. Okay. And the second type of nervous system we can call as peripheral nervous system. So peripheral nervous system, it mainly consists of different types of nerves. Okay. So these nerves, it includes cranial nerves as well as the spinal nerves, two types of nerves. Okay. And the last one is called autonomous nervous system. So this autonomous nervous system, it includes, it classified into two types, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. So these are the classification of nervous system. Okay. Yes students, the next we are going to see very, very important one, we can call as brain. Yes. Now we can see the main important one we can call as central nervous system. Okay. So the central nervous system, it mainly consists of brain and spinal cord. Okay. So central nervous system, it mainly consists of brain and the spinal cord. Okay. So first of all, you can say about brain external features. Brain external features. Okay, so central nervous system, it mainly consists of brain and spinal cord. Okay, so first of all, you can say about the external features of the brain. Why? Because it is very complicated organ which plays an important role in coordination, bringing of coordination as well as impulses, generating of electrical impulses. Okay, so generation of electrical impulses or nerve impulses, whatever it may be. So all these all the impulses has been influenced by the brain. Okay, yes, now we can see here brain, it is the most complicated organ. So out of the total organs of our body, the mostly highly complicated organ of our body is called brain. It is the most complicated organ, and the weight of the brain is 1350 to 1400 grams. That is the average weight of the brain. Okay, next one is its total weight of the body is 2%. So concerned to whatever the total weight of our body, brain, it occupies 2%. Okay, and next one is it utilizes 20% of total oxygen. See how oxygen is going to, how much of oxygen is going to be consumed by the brain. Okay, so whatever the oxygen we are taking, whatever the oxygen we require for respiration, out of the total 100% of oxygen gas, 20% of oxygen has been consumed only by the brain. So that indicates highly complicated organ. Okay, so 20% of oxygen. Okay, so these are the some external features of the brain. Okay, next one is protection of the brain. Yes, the next we are going to see protection of the brain. So brain is being protected by, brain has been protected by, okay, so brain has been protected by bony box called cranium. Okay, so like this brain, so it is being protected by a bony box like this, we can call as cranium. Okay, so brain is being protected by cranium. Okay, both brain as well as cranium, both brain as well as cranium, these two are being protected by skull. Okay, so brain is being protected by a bony box called cranium. Okay, both brain as well as cranium, both the two, they are being protected by skull. Very important. Okay, and brain, it consists of three membranes. Very important, three membranes. Okay, so these three membranes, it includes inner membrane, outer membrane and middle membrane. Yes, here you can see inner, outer and middle membrane. Okay, so the inner membrane we can call as pia mater. Inner membrane of the brain we can call as pia mater. Okay, whereas the middle membrane we can call arachnoid membrane, and the outer membrane is called dura mater. So inner membrane, middle membrane, outer membrane. So the inner membrane we can call as pia mater, middle membrane we can call arachidonic membrane, and the outer membrane we can call dura mater. So these are the three layers of three membranes of the brain. Okay, next one is when we observe the brain, outer as well as inner region of the brain, we have two colors. Okay, outer region we can call gray matter. Okay, and the inner layer we can call as white matter, gray matter and white matter. Okay, so these are the external features of the brain. Okay, yes, next we are going to see here. Yes, here you can see here. This is the structure of the brain. Yes, this is the structure of the brain. Okay, here you can see the diagram here. Okay, yes, now we can see here, just now I told three membranes of the brain. Okay, so brain is being covered by three membranes: outer membrane, middle membrane and the inner membrane. Outer membrane, middle membrane and the inner membrane. Okay, so this is outer membrane and this is inner membrane and this is middle membrane. Okay, so this outer membrane we can call as dura mater. Okay, middle membrane we can call as arachidonic membrane. Okay, and the inner membrane we can call pia mater. Three membranes. Okay, yes, now we can see here. Yes, now we can see here when we observe the brain. So brain, it is classified into three types. Okay, brain is classified into three types. First one is called forebrain, second one is called midbrain and third one is called hindbrain. Okay, so forebrain forebrain. Okay, it consists of only the one and only part we can call cerebrum. Very, very important. Okay, so forebrain we can also call as cerebrum. Okay, whereas midbrain, it consists of different types of nerves. Midbrain it consists of different types of nerves. Okay, different types of nerves. Whereas hindbrain. Okay, so hindbrain it consists of cerebellum and brainstem. Okay, cerebellum and brainstem. So this brainstem again classified into two types, that is called pons orally. Brainstem is classified into three types again, pons orally and medulla oblongata. Okay, so this is the classification of different layers of the brain. Okay, again I am repeating, three layers of the brain. Brain is classified into three parts. Okay, forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, so forebrain we can call cerebrum. Midbrain it includes different types of nerves. Okay, whereas hindbrain it includes cerebellum and brainstem. So brainstem it is furtherly classified into two types, pons orally and medulla oblongata. So this is the classification of different parts of the brain. Okay, yes, now we are going to see one by one here. Yes, first one you can say about yes, okay, so now we are going to say about one by one. Okay, Rama. First one you can say about the structure of the brain. Yes, structure of the brain. So brain is situated, already we have discussed this one. Brain is situated within the skull. Okay, so first of all, brain is being protected by cranium. Both brain as well as cranium, which is called bony box, are being protected by skull. Okay, so both brain as well as the cranium. Okay, that two are being protected by skull. It consists of three membranes. Okay, that three membranes you can call meninges. Very, very important. Okay, so meninges, just now I told three layers of the head. Okay, outer membrane, middle membrane and the inner membrane. Okay, so outer membrane we can call as dura mater, middle membrane we can call arachidonic membrane, and the inner membrane we can call as pia mater. So all these three together we can call as meninges. Okay, so outer three layers of the brain, outer layer, middle layer and the inner layer. So outer layer we can call dura mater, middle we can call as arachidonic membrane and the inner layer we can call as pia mater. Okay, so these three together we can call as a meninges. Okay, so that is the meninges. Okay, next one is these membranes have a fluid, very, very important. So the fluid which is present within the brain we can call as CSF. That is called cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, so the fluid which is being present within the inside of the brain we can call as cerebrospinal fluid, CSF. Okay, so the main function of CSF is it can give flexibility. To the brain. Okay, it can give flexibility to the brain. Okay, so whenever the additional extra pressure is going to be applied on the brain, nothing to be happen. So that flexibility to the brain has been provided by cerebrospinal fluid. So that is the main function of CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. Okay, next one is the cerebral hemisphere is divided into. So the fluid which is present inside the cerebrum we can call as cerebrospinal fluid. So this cerebrum, the first part of brain we can call cerebrum. So this cerebrum it consists of cerebral hemisphere, very, very important. Okay, so the cerebral hemisphere, it is divided into two types. Cerebral hemisphere is divided into two types. Okay, first one is called left cerebral hemisphere, second one is called right cerebral hemisphere. Okay, cerebral hemisphere is classified into two types, left cerebral hemisphere and right cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so left cerebral hemisphere, it controls right side body activities. Okay, so whatever I am writing on the board by using my right hand, this is under the controlling of left cerebral hemisphere. Okay, whereas whatever I am doing activities with the left hand, this is being controlled by right cerebral hemisphere. So this is very complicated. Okay, so hemisphere is classified into two types: left cerebral hemisphere and right cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so left cerebral hemisphere, it controls right side body activities. Right cerebral hemisphere controls left side body activities. Okay, so this is about cerebral hemisphere. Okay, yes, next you can see here. Okay, okay, now we can see here. Yes, okay, yes, now we can see here, this is cerebral hemisphere, very important. Okay, this is cerebral hemisphere, and this part we can call as cerebellum, and the remaining this we can call as cerebrum. Okay, yes, now we can see here. When we observe the forebrain cerebrum, very important characteristic features, it is the largest part of the brain. So earlier previously we have 5 minutes before we have discussed that brain, the total weight of the brain is 1350 to 1400 grams. It is the weight of the total weight, average weight of the brain. Out of this 1350 to 1400 grams, cerebrum alone occupies 680 grams. Very important. Okay, so it is the largest part of the brain. Okay, so it occupies 680 grams. Okay, and the cerebrum, it mainly consists of cerebral cortex. Cerebral, it is a small canal-like structure. Okay, so cerebrum, it consists of canal-like structure, is called cerebral cortex. Okay, nama. So this cerebral cortex has cerebral hemisphere. So this canal-like structure. So this is canal-like structures. These canal-like structures. These we can call as cerebral cortex. Cerebral cortex. Okay, so this canal-like structure we can call cerebral cortex. It is filled with a fluid called cerebral hemisphere. It is filled with the fluid is called cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so cerebrum is filled with cerebrospinal fluid, and the cerebrum, it is filled with, it is consists of cerebral cortex, canal-like structure, and that cerebral cortex, it consists of fluid is called cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so this cerebral hemisphere has 4 lobes somehow, very important. Okay, so cerebral hemisphere has 4 layers. Okay, these includes occipital lobe. Yes, cerebral hemisphere includes 4 types of membranes. Okay, these include 4 types of lobes. Occipital lobe, first one is called occipital lobe, second one is called temporal lobe, third one is called frontal lobe, and last one is called parietal lobes. So these are the 4 lobes which are present within the cerebral hemisphere. Okay, again I am repeating, cerebral hemisphere, so which is present within the cerebral cortex of the cerebrum. Okay, so this cerebral hemisphere, it consists of 4 types of lobes, 4 lobes. Okay, these include, first one is called occipital lobe, second one is called temporal lobe, third one is called frontal lobe, and the last one is called parietal lobes, 4 types of lobes. Okay, so the cerebral hemisphere, it consists of several ridges and grooves, very important. Okay, so cerebral hemisphere, when you observe cerebral hemisphere, which consists of different types of ridges and grooves like this. Like this structure. Okay, so this we can call as grooves, and this we can call as ridges. Okay, so cerebral hemisphere consists of several ridges and grooves. Okay, so these ridges are called gyri, very important. Okay, so the ridges which are present within the cerebral hemisphere, that we can call gyri. Okay, whereas the grooves, so this we can call as ridges, we can call as gyri. Okay, whereas the grooves which we can call as sulci, gyri and sulci. Okay, so cerebral hemisphere consists of several ridges and grooves. So the ridges which are present within cerebral hemisphere we can call as gyri, and the grooves which are present within the cerebral hemisphere we can call as sulci, gyri and sulci. Okay, so both gyri and sulci very important. Both gyri and sulci are very important, and these gyri and sulci, they plays an important role in accommodating of more number of neurons. more number of neurons. Okay, so they used to place an import both gyri and sulci. So ridges are called gyri, grooves are called sulci. So both gyri and sulci they place an important role in accommodating of more number of neurons. Okay, so by accommodating more number of neurons, impulses, electrical impulses or nerve impulses will be generated within fraction of seconds, and these impulses can transmit impulses. They can transmit, these impulses can be transmitted towards the brain within short period of time. So that is the importance of this gyri and sulci. So this gyri and sulci plays an important role in accommodating more number of neurons, which indirectly influencing the electrical impulses transmission within fraction of seconds. That is the importance of gyri and sulci. Okay. Next one is, yes, this is about gyri and sulci. Okay. Next one is, yes, okay, very important concept, functions of cerebrum. Yes. Next we can see very important concept is called functions of cerebrum. Okay. So already we have discussed just now about one of the function of cerebrum. Okay. So one of the function of cerebrum is cerebral hemisphere. Cerebral hemisphere, just now I discussed. Okay. So the cerebral hemisphere is classified into two types: left cerebral hemisphere, left cerebral hemisphere, and right cerebral hemisphere. Left cerebral hemisphere and right cerebral hemisphere. Okay, so cerebral hemisphere classified into two types: left cerebral hemisphere and right cerebral hemisphere. So left cerebral hemisphere, it controls right side body activities. Okay, so left cerebral hemisphere controls right side body activities, whereas right cerebral hemisphere controls left side body activities. Okay, see the differentiation. So here cerebral hemisphere classified into two types: left cerebral hemisphere, right cerebral hemisphere. Left cerebral hemisphere controls right side body activities. So whatever I am writing on the board is, by using my right hand, is being controlled by left cerebral hemisphere. Okay, whereas whatever the activities I am doing on left side is being controlled by right cerebral hemisphere. So this is one of the function of cerebral hemisphere, which is of cerebrum. Okay. Second function is, it is the center of intelligence and memory. Very, very important. Okay. So like logical reasoning. Okay, like analytical reasoning. Okay, so remembering, all these one is being influenced by cerebrum. Okay, so that's what cerebrum, it plays an important role in intelligence and memory. So the maturation of memory, everything is being influenced by cerebrum. Okay, second function is, it controls thinking and reasoning. Okay, so thinking, recapturation. So all these are influenced by this cerebrum. Okay, so cerebrum is the seat of intelligence, memory, thinking, reasoning, analytical reasoning, okay, solving of mathematical problems, everything. All these been influenced by this cerebrum. Okay. Next one is, it is center of perception of pain. Okay, getting of pain. Okay, perception of pain and temperature, controlling of temperature. Okay, so our body temperature, as of normal body temperature of our body is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, so normal body temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this maintaining of body temperature is also influenced by cerebrum. Okay, and it is useful for touch, sight, sound, taste, everything. Okay, so all these have been influenced by cerebrum. So that's what cerebrum is, the most complicated organ, and it is the widest. It is very, very important organ of the brain. Okay, so this is about cerebrum. Okay, and next we are going to see here is called, yes. So now we have completed about forebrain. Okay, so next we are going to see about midbrain. Yes, the next we are going to see about midbrain. Okay, so midbrain, already we have just now told that midbrain, it consists of different types of neurons, different types of nerves. Okay, so these neurons, it includes myelinated neurons and some unmyelinated neurons. Okay, here myelinated neurons means here the neurons are nerve cells which are surrounded by The neurons are nerve cells which are surrounded by myelin sheet. Myelin sheet. Okay, that we can call myelinated neurons. Myelinated neurons. Yes, the neurons which are surrounded by myelin sheet, protective layer, which is made up of carbohydrates. Okay, so that type of nerve cells with myelin sheet are called myelinated neurons. Okay, whereas some neurons that doesn't have myelin sheet, such type of neurons are called unmyelinated neurons. Myelinated neurons and unmyelinated neurons. So these are different types of nerves which we can see in midbrain. Okay, and next one is hindbrain, the last one. Okay, the last part of the central nervous system we can call it as hindbrain. Okay, so hindbrain, it consists of cerebellum, and already we have discussed cerebellum and brainstem. Okay, so now we can say about cerebellum. So cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain. So already we have discussed about cerebrum. Cerebrum is the first largest part of the brain, which occupies 680 grams of total weight of the brain. Okay, so the second largest part of the brain we can call cerebellum. Okay, so cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain. Okay, and it is present below cerebrum and above the medulla oblongata. So between cerebrum and medulla oblongata, it is going to be present. Okay, and very important concept is called functions of cerebellum. Functions. The main functions of cerebellum is it controls different types of voluntary actions. It controls different types of voluntary actions. Okay, so here voluntary actions means nothing but here the activities which are under our control. The activities which are under our control, that is called voluntary actions. Okay, so the activities which are under our control are some of the activities which of our body are being controlled by us. Such type of activities are called as voluntary actions, like cycling, jumping, walking, all these activities. Okay, so that is under our control. So such type of activities are called voluntary actions. So these voluntary actions are being controlled by cerebellum. That is one of the primary function of cerebellum. Okay, next one is it is also going to be useful for other activities. Okay, yes. Next we can see a brainstem. Okay, yes. The next we are going to see about brainstem. Okay, so brainstem, it consists of divided into two types, pons florale and medulla oblongata. Okay, first one you can see medulla oblongata. So medulla oblongata is the lowest, smallest part of the brain. It is the lowest part and smallest part. So compared to cerebellum and cerebrum, its weight is too small. That's what it is called, smallest part of the brain. Okay, and it is present between. It is present between cerebellum and spinal cord. It is present between cerebellum and spinal cord. So between these two, it is being located. Okay, and very important functions of medulla oblongata is it controls involuntary actions. Okay, involuntary actions, particularly heartbeat. Okay, so heartbeat functioning. Okay, next one is respiration, breathing, blood pressure, salivation, vomiting. All these you can call as involuntary actions. All these we can call as involuntary actions. Okay, so just you can compare between cerebellum and medulla oblongata. So cerebellum it controls voluntary actions, whereas medulla oblongata it can controls involuntary actions. Okay, so here the involuntary actions are heartbeat. So heartbeat. So as of heartbeat, total 72 times per minute heartbeat. Normal heartbeat of an adult is 72 times per minute. Okay, so this heartbeat per minute is being controlled by this medulla oblongata. Okay, next one is respiration. So the normal respiration of an adult is 18 times per minute. So heartbeat per human being is 72 times per minute. This is normal. Okay, whereas normal respiration in adult is 18 times per minute. 18 times. Okay, next one is breathing. Blood pressure, as of blood pressure. Okay, so 120/80 is normal blood pressure. Okay, next one is salivation. So the releasing of saliva to outside. vomiting. All these sensations is being influenced by medulla oblongata. Okay, so these are the different parts of the brain, that is forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay, so by next class we are going to see about different types of hormone system, endocrine system we are going to see, as well as spinal cord we are going to see next class. Okay, so thank you for watching for the video. Okay, thank you very much.